Hi everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. Don't miss this, guys. Make sure to log on over the weekend. For the next 3 days' time in-game, there's a new 13th anniversary gift. You will get 1 legendary skill tome, 1 rank 5 chicken, 1 6-star legendary chaos ore, and 1000 energy. This is a super good free gift. This is really good. If you are curious, players below level 30, unfortunately, aren't going to get stuff that's anywhere near as good. You're going to get 25 brews, 250 energy, 5 rare skill tomes, 2 epic skill tomes. This is so much worse, unfortunately, but it is still helpful for you early game. I mean, that's good early game, but it's obviously like 1% the value of this. I don't know what the actual value, it's something like 1 or 10%, you know, it's something really low compared to how good this is. So yeah, make sure to go in and not the celebration pack, this one, free gift. Grab that and there you go. It will last in your inbox for 99 days, so you got plenty of time. Obviously you can grab this stuff when you want, but you can hold on to that energy. Remember, with the energy, we have our fusion starting next week, next Thursday, with the Helicath fusion. You can check out my video on Helicath to see what I think of him. And also, alongside that, we have this tournament pop up. Have you guys seen this tournament yet? I think it's a tournament. It's got to be, yeah, it's got to be a tournament. We have this champion training tournament with a Magnarr and a Kyoku in the picture. So this leads me very much to suspect there's a very good chance that this is a Krisk style tournament. In other words, that by winning this tournament, you could win Magnarr or Kyoku. Now, I think there's a few different ways they could do this. They haven't obviously told us. I think the least likely way, number one, you could have Kyoku global, and Magnarr local. So the global winner would win Kyoku, the local winner of the local tournament would win Magnarr. This is like Draco style. Unlikely. I think this is unlikely. They did this before with the Draco Morph tournament, where you could win Draco in the global and then Fane in the local tournament. I don't think they would do that again, but you never know. These are all possibilities. I think number 2 is more likely, which is Kyoku first, Magnarr maybe second, maybe even third as well. Maybe. I think that is more likely. That's moderately likely that you win the tournament, your local tournament, out of the 100 players in your group. You win Kyoku if you come second, and possibly if you came third as well, but most likely just second, you'd win Magnarr. I think that's moderately likely. I think the most likely is probably Krisk style, though, which is Kyoku for high-level players first, and Magnarr low-level players. Low level first, right? So it might be something like this, where if you're below level 30, maybe below level 50 or 60, something like that, like they did with the Krisk tournament, that lower level players, newer players, will have Magnarr as the number 1 reward, whereas higher level players would have Kyoku as the number 1 reward. I think this is the most likely way they would set it up, and I think it's also probably the best way, because it means that as a newer player, it's like, yes, you can't get Kyoku, but the advantage is that people are not going to go as hard for Magnarr. You should have easier groups, so you actually have a bit of a chance of winning. Whereas then for higher level players, it's going to be like it could potentially be a really big war for Kyoku. In terms of how many points this might involve to actually win the tournament, it depends how long the tournament is for, but it could potentially be an absolute ton of points, right? I won the Cold Heart skin. I think I did about 40,000 points in champion training, which is a crazy amount, really. So it could easily be something like that. I think, like for the Krisk tournament, people were doing 100k or more. Now, Kyoku's not as good as Krisk, but I would still expect reasonably, like if you were in a Kyoku bracket, if the tournament's going down the way I think, I would expect it to be something like that. I'd expect to be pushing 50k plus points. And that's a lot. That is a whole lot of points right before we go into this fusion. And like I said in my fusion video, my fusion preview, he appears to me to be probably the best fusion we've had since Brogni, most likely, depending on how his cooldowns book, what his multipliers are. But if they are reasonable with the books and the multipliers, I think he's going to be absolutely insane. I think he's God tier. So yeah, I think this could be a huge drain on your resources right before the fusion. And even apart from being a drain on your resources, it can be a drain on like your will to live. You know, going super hard for one of these tournaments, trying to win one of these tournaments is a massive, massive grind, and then the fusion is going to be a big grind afterwards. And it's a traditional fusion. It's a it's a Razin style fusion where you're going to need to get like what we think it is, where you're going to need to get 4 epics and fuse them up. Those are the most intensive of these events. So that's a whole lot of grinding in a very short period of time. So I don't know if I fully recommend it. Obviously, it's up to you, right? And you know your account better than me. In terms of Magnarr and in terms of Kyoku, how good are they? I did a guide on Magnarr recently. I think Magnarr is actually a phenomenal epic. But I wouldn't go crazy hard to get him, you know? Like he is just an epic champion. You will get him eventually, multiple copies. You will get them from just playing the game for a while. So, and I feel like if you're getting Magnarr as your tournament reward, or you care about that, you're probably an earlier game player. And I would definitely, in that situation, if it's possible for you to go for this fusion, I would definitely be going for the fusion instead. So I wouldn't be wasting my resources on this. But anyway, if you do win Magnarr, though, and if you give an easy tournament bracket, Magnarr's great. Probably the best HP-based nuker in the game. Percussive Pound hits really hard AoE. His other skills hit reasonably hard. I think he's useful for Hydra as well. Early mid-game, especially on normal and hard Hydra. I think he's actually quite good there. He's great for Arena. I actually still use him a decent chunk in Arena. I think he's very good. So yeah, Magnarr is well worth getting, well worth building out. He's a great champion. Kyoku, I have very mixed feelings about Kyoku. Now, I did a showcase of her on my channel where we tried to build her as like really high resistance and tanky when using her in Arena and stuff like that. And I was really unimpressed with her, really unimpressed. That being said, I think I would love to try her again. Like, I'd love to get her on my account. I might go for her so I can do videos on her. I haven't decided yet. But I think she can be very good, especially if you build her for damage, right? Because she's giving herself block damage for multiple turns, she can protect people with ally protection and actually do a ton of damage herself without ever being in danger. She is obviously Hell Hades. Check out his video from the clan boss tournament he did recently with Deadwood Jedi and co. He used Kyoku in his team and she was a monster there. So I think for normal clan boss, Demon Lord clan boss, she's a monster. And I think she can be very helpful for Hydra as well. That being said, Helicath, that's coming, the new fusion that's coming, I think he does a very similar job. He's a Spirit Affinity champion that protects your team hugely. I think the two go together very well for Demon Lord, but I'm not sure about anywhere else in the game. Like in Hydra, would you run Kyoku and Helicath together? I really feel like that's overkill in most compositions. Could be useful for two different teams, but yeah, like in Doom Tower, I don't know, in a lot of these places, I'm not sure if you would run them together, though their skills do combo well, right? She has AoE decreased defense, possibly AoE burn. She's single target weakened, so does he, but you could avoid accuracy on him if they're together. And then she puts out ally protection and block damage on herself. Helicath puts block damage on the team. He does a big shield on the team. He does a weaken. He gives increased defense. So their stuff stacks really well together. But I don't know. Like, again, here's the thing, you know, what sort of player, who is the player that can win the Kyoku from the tournament and get Helicath? What sort of player can do that? And I go, would that sort of player need these champions for Demon Lord? I just don't see it, right? I feel like that sort of player is going to be a very, very advanced player or a big spender, and I just don't see those sorts of players really struggling with Demon Lord at all. So you might want to get them for fun, but I don't know if you need them both. That being said, I'm considering going for them both. I'm considering going for Kyoku because although I was underwhelmed, I would like to try her again. I mean, she looks cool. She looks badass. I could definitely do some fun stuff with Hydra. I think she is better now for Hydra than she was before, seeing as we can now lock down the Head of Decay. So she can actually provide both decrease attack and the HP burn, potentially. She can potentially do both now, which is really good. So we will see, right? We'll see. Yeah. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think. Number one, what you expect this tournament to be. What are you going to do? Are you going to go for it? Are you saving for the fusion? Are you going to skip the fusion and go for this? I think it's kind of crazy, but maybe someone will. I don't know. Let me know. Hope you enjoy those free gifts as well. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.